Good evening, Freedom fans. Tonight's Freedom Face Off is going to be with Freedom 15 August 5 Pro main event. USA's Jhalani, Battle Williams, and El Salvador's very own Leon Trujillo. I hope I didn't mess up that name. I'm going to invite both of you guys in now. Jhalani, you are invited. Hey, what's going on, Jhalani? And Leo, you are invited. A second for your opponent to join the live.
Hey,
Leo, how are you?
nice. All good. How are you?
Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody for tuning in live too with us on Freedom Face Off live all around the world. We're already seeing a lot of people from tuning in. We want to introduce you to our Freedom 15 August 5 Pro main event. This is an international prestige fight between Leo representing El Salvador and Jhalani representing USA. We would like them to introduce themselves so the whole world can get to know them. Leo, you first. Please tell us your
Okay.
name, your age, and why you started Muay Thai and when.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Leon Trujillo. I'm 25 years old. I started fighting Muay Thai last year, actually. I fought my first amateur Muay Thai fight in Guatemala. But before that, I had a lot of kickboxing
Okay,
experience.
okay. How much kickboxing experience you have?
I had 10 amateur fights.
Very good. So you went into Muay Thai last year though. So with only about 10 kickboxing fights, and you how many amateur Muay Thai fights you got?
One.
And you went straight into pro.
Yeah, the thing is, when I got here, Eddie was like, "Yeah, you're not fighting semi." I wanted to come for a semi-pro fight, and Eddie was like, "Nah, you're gonna like make your pro debut here." So yeah, then I got the sponsorship, and that's how it goes.
Man, I looked at you. You definitely don't look like somebody that just started last year. And
Thank you.
I mean,
I had a good coach. I had a really good coach.
make sure you appreciate. You always remember your coach. Definitely. So you had about 10 amateur kickboxing fights, one amateur Muay Thai, and then pro Muay Thai fights. How many you have?
If I remember correctly, it's seven Muay Thai fights.
Awesome. Seven Muay Thai fights. Now, Jhalani, your name, your age, why you started Muay Thai, when?
Obviously, my name is Jhalani, Jhalani Battle Williams. So, 26, and I started training with Kempo and kickboxing back in 2000. So,
Nice.
23 now. And I did some.
When did you start Kempo?
2000.
Wait,
So, 23 years. So that and kickboxing, because Kempo, we're all just hands and low kicks. That's how, the Kempo background started. And then I think it was 2013, I started doing Muay Thai as well. So I started doing that in 2013. I started transitioning from kickboxing to Muay Thai.
did you have any kickboxing fights, or
Yeah, I started with kickboxing first. Yep.
how many kickboxing fights you had? You know,
Maybe 12.
about 12. Okay, your record, your amateur record, does that include both kickboxing and Muay Thai? Okay.
Yes.
What is your amateur record?
Amateur record is 24-9. 24 wins and 9 losses.
How old are you now?
26.
Sorry,
26.
26. And how many pro fights you have?
Two when I was a pro.
2 pro fights. Leo,
Yeah.
what would you say has been your biggest fight to date?
Well, I'd say my last fight. So I fought at Budocento. That's like the biggest promotion in Latin America. And I'm a better fighter than I am at making coffee. So I kind of spilled coffee like a week beforehand, and I burned my leg. And so I fought like that and won. So I
You
would say
put coffee on your hand.
no on my
On
leg.
your leg.
I had a second-degree burn on my
Wow,
leg.
even worse. And you still
Yeah, it
perform.
happened.
And you still perform normally.
Yeah, like I managed to win the fight.
Awesome. And why would you say? So that was the reason why you said it was the toughest fight for you because of the burn, or was it
I'd
the
say
opponent, or
mentally,
is it both?
yeah. No, mentally, definitely, yeah. It was also my first fight against Southpaw in Muay Thai, so yeah, that's also that's also always a challenge.
Definitely, I agree. Jhalani, same question to you. What would you say has been your toughest fight?
Toughest fight, I'm actually going to say my last two amateur fights against Cervico. He just kept coming forward. I would say toughest cervical fights. As far as pro, I would say my debut against Zach Dessa.
Oh yeah, Zach's tough. He was my debut as well. He's tough.
Definitely, I agree with you guys. Zach is a very game player, 100%. Um, why did you start training in Muay Thai, fighting in Muay Thai, Leo? What was your main reason?
Honestly, I just love the sport. Like initially, I started doing like a lot of MMA, grappling mostly. But I wanted to fight MMA, and they said that my striking was trash, so I had to fight kickboxing. And yeah, then I just fell in love with the sport. You know, the culture, how it's all about the journey. At the end of the day, like uh, I wouldn't say it's more of a dance than a fight, but it's definitely more something behind it than just punching and kneeing each other. So yeah, that I love that about Muay Thai. The fact that it's so pure, it's so raw, it's also so brutal, but at the same time you make friends along the way.
100%. That's something I have to agree with. Muay Thai, yeah, it's so brutal, but it's beautiful at the same time, and we have culture. So one thing I'm very grateful for in this sport. Jay, why did you start fighting?
So for me, it started, I wanted to do MMA initially. I was watching, I don't know if you guys remember, I think it was
You wanted to do
2005.
MMA.
Initially, yes. So, I still will do some MMA eventually. But that's actually where it started. So I remember, I think it was 2005. It was the first fight between Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner. If
Stuff from
you,
Honor, yeah.
the Ultimate Fighter finale. So I was watching the Forrest Griffin Stephen Bonner, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that. And I want to do MMA, but before I wasn't 18 yet. So they said you're under 18, you can't do MMA in Pennsylvania unless you're 18 plus, but you can do kickboxing and Muay Thai. So that's where I started doing that, and then I just fell in love with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions that you would like to ask Leo or Jelani, feel free to comment your questions in the comments. Any question you want to have them answer. Leo, we already have a question for you. Why turn pro with so little fights?
Um, because when there's chances, you have to take them. Sometimes, as I say, it's a leap of faith. You have to trust in your abilities and go for it. Because if you never do it, then you'll never know. Like I never expected to even be a pro Muay Thai fighter, but I took the chance and I'm here now.
You are definitely here and you're representing your whole country, but not just here. Like, I believe wholeheartedly are here for a reason. Like, this is your destiny. And again, you have looked way better than you are on paper. I would never guess that you started last year and that you have only one amateur Muay Thai fight, even the 10 kickboxing. You were like ahead of your game. So definitely all thanks to your trainer and your coach, 100%. So don't think, guys, that even though he's, he just started Muay Thai and he went right into pro Muay Thai for no reason. He's here. He has already a great record, winning record for a reason. And if you guys know, South America, they're not very easy fighters. They're very tough. Jay, um, where do you plan to go with Muay Thai?
I want to do it. Been saying that for a long time. Low status, man, for real. I want to be up there with like Samar, Diesel Noise, Sanchez. When you mention those guys, I want them to mention me too. So that's what I'm going for.
This question is for you, Leo. How do you feel being one of the only Salvadorian pro fighters globally?
I don't know. technically, I'm the only one that was born and trained back in El Salvador.
Wow.
But the thing is, like, no, the sport doesn't exist back there. That's why I fought kickboxing, because there's no like Muay Thai back home. There's no Muay Thai competition, nor even K1. It's just like wacko kickboxing with just low kicks in hands. So I don't know. I've never given that much of a thought about it. It's just I'm here as a fighter. It feels good to be a fighter. I feel happy and blessed to be a fighter. And I don't really put that much attention of if there's so much out there, other Salvadorian fighters out there, which there are. But it's just cool to be here.
I gotta ask you this, being that there's very few Salvadorian pro fighters, you're actually the first pro fighter that I meet. Does that put any pressure on you, or does it bring you pride and excitement? What type of feelings going through you, especially you coming here to represent your country in America?
I wouldn't say pressure, but it's definitely something that I know I have a duty, even though it's not something that I really wanted to represent my flag in a way. So I know that I gotta put on a show.
100%. We got another question. This is from Jhalani. Who are some people in your division who you have your eyes on and would like the challenge? Fight one day. I'll go with you, Jhalani, first.
I think you know the answer to that question, Rami.
Sorry?
I think you know the answer to that question, Rami. I think everybody knows the answer to that question.
Why you say that?
I said all the time, Rod Tang, man. I'm coming for Rod Tang, man.
Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe one day he'll hear it, But I think you got some ways to go before you get up there. I guess the same question for you, Leo. Do you have anybody in your division who you have your eyes set on that you would like to fight one day?
Yeah, there's definitely a Mexican fighter I would like to fight. His name is Tuso Cruz. He fought in one championship.
What's his name?
Tuso Cruz. He's from Mamodi Gym.
Nice. Why would you like to fight him?
Because at this point he has dropped 2 fights from me, so third time's a charm.
He fought you twice?
No, he dropped 2 fights.
Why was that?
One, because apparently he didn't want it to fight. He didn't want it to not fight for a belt, and then because he has a more important fight. So yeah.
So, Jabril says in America, Jhalani, damn. So who would you like to fight in America? Is there somebody in America that you would like to fight?
In America, I don't have my eyes on anybody in particular in America that I would like to fight. I'm here for all of it, I want all the smoke, as they say.
I'm sorry?
I said, I want all the smoke, as they say.
You want all the smoke. Well, you're going to get a lot of smoke August 5th when you fight the pride of El Salvador. And we have a very big fight on our hand. Why do you feel you're ready for this fight? Jhalani, you first.
I think my preparation. Honestly, I believe that there's nobody out there that's going to outwork me, not only in the gym, but even in the ring.
Can you speak a little louder?
I said my preparation. I believe that there's nobody out there that's going to outwork me, not only in the gym, but in the ring as well. I come prepared. I do my homework. I know what my opponent's strengths are. I know what their weaknesses are. So I just go out there and I shut down their best weapons, and I take it from there.
Leo, hearing that, did you do any research? Do you know anything about your opponent?
Yeah, I generally do my research when I fight. I take my fights kind of like, you take your job, so you study for your job.
I like that, actually, because I speak to a lot of fighters, and they tell me, oh, no, I don't like to really look into my opponents too much. I focus on me. That's the answer that everybody seems to get. So I actually think that's very smart of you. What do you gather from researching your opponent?
Jhalani is a really tough guy. He's a really tough opponent. He's smart. He really uses his hands a lot, and he knows how to find opportunities with his elbows as well. He's a really solid fighter.
Thank you.
Jhalani,
Thank you, man.
have you got any type of information about your opponent?
I do, but I don't like to talk about that till after the fight. All the information that I have will be, discussed after the fight, I guess. But everybody will see what information I have on the night of August 5th.
We have, fair enough. We have a question. We'll ask you, Leo, first from the Freedom Fans and a Freedom Fighter, Darius Sheffield. You first, Leo. Can you describe your style?
If to keep it short, I'd say smart.
I agree with that as well. You're not like a very crazy fighter. You are a smart fighter. I would agree with you. Jhalani, what about you? What is your style? You would say.
So you can kind of say I'm a little bit of a Muay Mat, but I would like to say Muay for more so than Muay Mat, just because it's more to my game, just boxing and low kicks. So I would say for more is what I would say.
Please explain that to the people that don't know what you just said.
A technician, so like a Muay Mat is really just boxing and low kicks. Muay for more is more technician, eyes, composure, staying focused and using technique, outpointing, outsmarting your opponent. It's more a technical approach, but more well-rounded, I would say, than everything else.
What would you say? Would you say you're a more hands-on guy than most Muay Thai fighters? Like,
Yes.
hands.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And yes, but I know when the kick, I know when the knee, I know when the elbow. I'm not coming in to only box, And I'm laughing at Jabril's comment. But I'm not coming in to just throw hands. And also, I change it up. I tweak it a little bit. See, my style doesn't change, but I make certain little tweaks based on my opponent. So even though my style doesn't change, how I implement my style changes based on who I'm fighting and what their strengths and weaknesses are.
Leo, what would you say has been the biggest stage you fought on?
Definitely Budo Cento.
What promotion?
Budo Cento. That's a Mexican promotion. They are in Fox Sports. They are on UFC Fight Pass.
Also, that's very nice. And did that bring you excitement or pressure?
Not really. I don't really pay attention that much to the crowd or anything like that. You go in there and you do your job. The job is on the ring.
100%. Is this going to be your first time fighting in America?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Excited. Really cool experience. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Have you been to America outside of fighting?
Yeah. I've been to America before.
Where have you went?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. What did you do in Minnesota?
Visit my grandfather and train.
Okay, for more like a family trip, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome. Jhalani, what can we expect from you August 5?
A win.
Sorry?
A win.
Why do you say that so confidently?
Because I'm just confident that there's nobody that's going to beat me. And I'm not saying that to brag or boast or be arrogant, but I truly believe that I'm going to beat whoever is put in front of me. And I believe that because I train like as much as I train, I run as much as I run, I do as much cardio as much as I do, the strength and conditioning. I'm focused, I study a lot. I'm always, focused on technique, but I'm not going in there just for brute strength. I'm going in there with technique. I'm using my mind, and my body just following. So I know what I'm doing when I step in the ring, and I truly, truly believe that it doesn't matter who you put in front of me, I'm going to win.
Now, it's very nice to be that confident, but I want you to remember that you have somebody representing El Salvador. And if you know, them fighters are extremely tough and have a huge heart. And I'm pretty sure that your opponent feels the same way. He's not coming to America to lose. So what makes you think that you're doing something that he's not doing?
Right. Well, my thing is, I think that especially at the pro level, a lot of people are training twice a day. A lot of people are, doing strength and conditioning. But I believe that if comes down to mentality because, you know, even if you go to Thailand, you know, like I mentioned right there earlier, he trains twice a day, you know, he does strength and conditioning. But the difference, honestly, is the mentality. It's what you believe in. And it's all about who is going to be stronger mentally in that ring because most of the game is mental. So it's not only the mental preparation, but the mental toughness within there. You know, especially, you know, you get in there, fists, elbows, knees, kicks start flying, you know, things change mentally. Sometimes people are, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. Sometimes people are, oh, yeah, I got this guy. So I think it comes down to the mentality and who wants it more, you know. And everybody's going to say that they want it more until we actually get in that ring. And then we'll really see who wants it more.
Fight in the United States and 10th in the world. Okay, we're gonna ignore that, but ignore that comment. But listen, Leo, you even though you started recently, you already have a good record as a pro. Um, if I say to you that a win here would bring you back to freedom for a title fight, for a world title fight, uh, does that mean anything to you?
It does. It means an opportunity. It means something I have to fight for. It means an objective. Thank you.
100%. Haven't heard that, Jhalani. Your opponent is obviously a step ahead of you as a pro, So he has something to fight for. He's a win over you would put him in line for a world title fight in this division at his weight class that he chooses. Now, what does that mean to you?
I guess it means there's no world title shot. That's what that means.
Okay, I mean, you seem so confident. I'm really excited to see both of you because I know both of you have a, a huge lion heart. But most importantly, what I like, especially now that I'm getting to know Leo, is that both of you carry respect. And I hope that this continues. And I want you both to know, Jhalani, you already know, but Leo, you now know I would like to continue supporting you no matter what happens with this. And I would love to have you back on Freedom and bring you back in the States.
It will be my pleasure, Remy. Whenever you need me, I'm always ready.
100%. We have fights consistently almost every month, and we're moving. So we would be loving to have you with Freedom all the time as well. Anything, Leo, would you like to say to your family, Jim, anybody back home in your country? Feel free.
Yeah, we made it.
100%. Jhalani.
I just thank you for supporting me. You know, those out there who are supporting me, friends and family, everybody who's coming out, everybody who's watching the live stream. You know, thank the people, especially the people who've been there from the beginning since my first amateur fight. You know, a lot of people know I started off in the amateurs 0-4 before I got things going. So I think the people who really supported me from then and still to this day continue to support, as well as the other people who also support me. So just thank you to everybody.
You're very welcome, both of you gentlemen. This is truly an honor for me to promote both of you. Jhalani, you an American professional rising star. Leo, you are the only professional Salvadorian fighter that I know in Muay Thai. So it is my honor to promote you and to bring your flag to freedom. Thank you for allowing me to promote you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you love the sport of Muay Thai, do our part to support these fighters, to support Muay Thai, especially when we have such a huge international prestige fight like this one with the flag of USA and the flag of El Salvador being shown for the world. Support the Muay Thai, because when we support the Muay Thai, we grow together. For our sport to go somewhere, it has to begin with us. August 5, the best of the best will be here. Do your best to come. If you cannot be there, you could order a live pay-per-view on FCLTV.com. Jhalani, Battle Williams, and Leo representing El Salvador. Jhalani representing USA. It's my pleasure and honor to promote you guys. Freedom is coming.
Thank you, Remy, for
Thank
the
you. Thank you
opportunity.
so much. Goodbye, guys.
Bye, everyone.